Young ladies and gentlemen, good day to all of you. Once again, you are welcome here on the Tribune for Awakening Consciousness. So, the world was very surprised on this morning of March 11, 2025, to witness an unprecedented massive attack from Ukraine on Russia. But more specifically, it was the Russian capital, Moscow, that was targeted. So, on the night of the 10th, from Monday, March 10th to Tuesday, March 11th, 2025, the Russian capital, Moscow, was subjected to a massive drone attack, whether it was central Moscow or the surrounding areas. The attack truly hit its targets. Now, this is happening at a time when, as we are speaking, in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia, the American delegation and the Ukrainian delegation are meeting to discuss peace, so that peace can quickly return. And the world is wondering what Ukraine's intentions are. What is behind this? Why wait until the very day? Even talks for sending such numbers of missiles and drones to the Russian capital, Moscow. So, here are many questions for which we will provide some answers during this video conference. And so, this is what we will be discussing, dear ladies and gentlemen. The extent of the damage is enormous. There you have it. So before continuing, I humbly ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible in all available groups. Give it a lot of likes. And above all, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. This allows you to not miss our updates. So, according to the official information we are receiving, we are witnessing at least 14 civilians who have been injured following the massive Ukrainian drone attack against the Moscow region. This time it's not Kursk, it's Moscow that was targeted. Among them is a child who went to eternal rest, who was injured. And this report is made by the governor of the Moscow region, Andrei Vorobyov. So, these people are receiving care, medical assistance. So, this is the largest drone attack since the beginning of the special military operation. It should be noted, this is the biggest attack of drones that Ukraine has ever had to carry out. And this observation is made by the mayor of Moscow. It is the mayor of Moscow himself who notes that since the conflict began, this is the largest drone attack. So, what needs to be said? What needs to be said is that we are facing a very complex situation, a situation in which we have been made to understand that, first, America had stopped sharing intelligence, so we wonder how Ukraine was able to target locations in Moscow, fire, and have these drones reach their destination. Since already, if there is no more information sharing, the geographical coordinates that allow targeting Moscow, it's not possible. So it means that somewhere something is being hidden. Is the cessation of information sharing of intelligence declared by America? Is it true? Was it not a way to spin things around? Russia, to make people forget about Russia, that's one. Secondly, why the sudden change of heart? We still understand the cleanup that Russia has been doing lately. Still, Russia has also accelerated. Russia has really accelerated on Ukrainian soil. We held video conferences on this, whether it was the central groups, the groups from Niger, the groups from the west. In any case, all the Russian units scattered across Ukrainian territory. They have all engaged in hostilities, and the reports have been very damning. So, Ukraine, knowing that soon things will come to an end, decides to leave some marks on Russia, because after the war, there will be declarations of victory. And how did one side impact the other? How did one side impact the other? Is Ukraine doing this? Provided that after the intervention of Cécile Lefeu in the media, Ukraine can say, yes, they did this, but we also did this, we also did this. So already we wonder, for a long time, Ukraine did not have the courage to attack the capital, Moscow. But what is causing this courage? So is America changing its mind? Has America put Russia on a pedestal? Meaning, has America tried to trap Vladimir Putin? We really don't know. But what remains clear, what just happened, is a decisive turning point in Russo-Ukrainian history, since it's the first time, and it will have an impact. It's a strong message that it sends. It will have an impact on the negotiations, the talks that are currently taking place in Jeddah. So, it's a strong message. I believe that if America is not involved, it will be the mindset of the Westerners who want at all costs that Ukraine is in a position of strength going into these negotiations. And to be in a position of strength, Ukraine must still show its determination to continue the conflict. It must show that Ukraine is still capable of daring. But on the other hand, it is easily understood that Ukraine is playing its last card, since Ukraine has no more solutions. Zelensky has no more solutions. The last solution lies in the hands of Donald Trump, who wants to go for a quick peace. So certainly it is because of this that Ukraine is acting this way. Here are many questions that arise. So, according to official information, this is the second time in a few days after Zelensky's strange behavior at the White House. Such acts are occurring. We still learn that Zelensky is being pushed by the European Union, and that the European Union is the one that does not want peace. And because it does not want peace, he is told, you must do this. You must take such action. It will give you leverage on the negotiation table. Now it remains to be seen whether this will only worsen the situation, or if it will allow for a solution to be found. In any case, what has just happened is very serious, and we will continue to follow it, but we will see it will inevitably impact today's talks. And imagine the Russian delegation sitting and learning about this. The Russian delegation is already in Jeddah. I do mean the Russian delegation. The Ukrainian delegation is there. The American delegation is there. The Russian delegation is not yet in Jeddah and will not be there. But to learn that, yes, this is what is happening, while others are going to negotiate peace. We will then wonder, are they really going to negotiate peace? Are they not going to redefine military strategies that might allow them, according to them, to achieve victory? These are many questions that arise. But what remains clear is that the world was very surprised by what Ukraine did this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.